Squiz Kids acknowledges the traditional owners of the lands on which we podcast, the Turrbal and Kombumerri people.
Squiz Kids!
It's your daily news fix. Fun, free, fresh.
Hello and welcome to Squiz Kids Today, your fresh take on what's happening in the world around you. I'm Bryce Corbett. It's Thursday, July 30. In Squiz Kids Today, Japan rocked by earthquake. Australia's new fastest man. Knights and demons in fake news scam. And a bee road train to the rescue. That's what's making news, kids style.
The Lowdown.
And we start today's podcast in Japan, where the world was reminded of the awesome, destructive power of nature on Tuesday night, when a 6.8 magnitude earthquake shook the earth, causing widespread damage. The earthquake's epicenter was on the island of Kyushu, the large island at the bottom of Japan, home to some 12.4 million people. Epicenter is the word used to describe the spot on the map where an earthquake occurs underground, and where it's at its most powerful. Rescue efforts were underway yesterday after the earthquake caused the collapse of bridges, the flattening of temples, the derailing of trains, and the partial destruction of a shopping centre. A 6.8 magnitude quake is a big one. An earthquake measuring 3 or 4 on the magnitude scale is considered small, whereas 6 is considered to be strong, while anything measuring 8 or 9 is considered a major catastrophic quake. Just last month, the South American country of Venezuela was struck by a 7.5 magnitude quake, which caused widespread damage to the capital city Caracas, a natural disaster that will take years for Venezuela to recover from. So, why do earthquakes happen? They happen where the Earth's tectonic plates meet. They're so massive it's hard to imagine plates of the Earth's crust that fit together like a haphazard, not quite right, always on the move jigsaw, which rub up against one another. Sometimes they get a little bit stuck and the pressure builds up to the point and friction builds up until there's a sudden slip, and that is an earthquake, making everything on the surface above shake violently. Japan is used to earthquakes because it sits on top of not 2, but 4 major tectonic plates, which are constantly on the move and rubbing up against one another. Australia sits in the middle of a tectonic plate, and so it's mostly unaffected by earthquakes. I've stuck a link in today's episode notes to a map of the world showing where tectonic plates sit and intersect. The places where they meet are places where volcanoes can often be found and where earthquake activity is much more common. To our listeners in Japan and to those in faraway Venezuela, be safe and may your recovery be speedy. And if you're interested to learn more about earthquakes and volcanoes, have a listen to our excellent Squiz Kids shortcut on the topic. Just search for it in your favourite podcasting app, dive into the searchable database on our website, or hop in via the link that I've put in today's episode notes.
Spin the globe.
Each day we give the world globe a spin and find a news story from wherever it stops. And today we've landed in Glasgow, in Scotland. Where else? Where Commonwealth Games records seem to be tumbling by the day, and where Australia continues to rule the roost with a huge haul of medals. And it was our track and field stars' turn to shine overnight on Tuesday, with 100-metre sprint star, Brisbane's own Lachie Kennedy, breaking the Australian record with a 9.85 second silver medal winning run, leading the pack. Lachie's 9.85 seconds was 0.08 seconds faster than the previous Aussie record of 9.93 seconds, which had stood for 23 long years. Well done, Lachie. He now holds the honour of being Australia's fastest man. What an incredible achievement. And a hat tip also to Ghana's Esemi Emmanuel, who broke the game's record, clocking 9.83 seconds in the same race, only 2/100ths of a second faster than Lachie, which, my friends, is a shorter amount of time than it takes for the average human to blink. Wrap your head around that. And not to be outdone, Aussie sprinter Torrie Lewis became the first Australian woman in history to run 100 metres in under 11 seconds at the Commonwealth Games in Scotland, sprinting to a bronze medal with her 10.99 second time. Did it by a whisker. Squiz Kids salutes you both.
Animal Kingdom.
Hands up, who likes honey? Me too. I love it on a bit of toast, I love it over my yogurt at brekkie, and I love it in my signature sticky beef stir-fry. If you're a lover of honey, you'd know that it's made by bees. But what you might not know is that right now, Australia's bee population has been devastated by something called the varroa mite. It's a nasty little parasite that feeds on bees and spreads deadly disease among them. And because bees are crucial to pollination, which is a process that allows plants to grow seeds and produce fruits, the impact of the varroa mite is being felt by farmers who rely on bees to keep the natural cycle of things going. And so, if you happened to be on the Nullarbor Highway connecting Western Australia to South Australia over the past week or so, you may have passed semi-trailers making a distinct buzzing sound. That's because thousands of beehives full of healthy bees have been shipped across the country to pollinate fruit trees in South Australia. It's kind of like a superhero bee express to the rescue. Which reminds me, it's been a while since I've watched the Bee Movie. If you've never seen it, do yourself a favour and get streaming already.
Newshounds.
Every Thursday, Squiz-E the Newshound sticks his snout into Squiz Kids HQ to report back on fishy things he's sniffed out on the internet. And this week, he's got his headgear on and his boots laced up and ready to go into battle for his favourite footy clubs, again, after fake social media posts started popping up again all over Facebook. This time, it's the Wests Tigers and Newcastle Knights from the NRL world and the Melbourne Demons from the AFL world caught up in Facebook scam sites, with fake stories circulating online about players, coaches and players' families. There are claims about players quitting to look after their sick mothers, players being ruled out of finals because of injuries that never happened, and even reports of club legends strapping on the boots again to come back and play. None of which are true. They're fake Facebook fan pages, created by people in countries like Vietnam to simply create what's called clickbait. Sensational headlines that are made up but nevertheless attract people's attention. Headlines that make people click on them so you get sucked onto a website full of dodgy ads. Now, as newshounds, you mob all know the importance of stopping, thinking and checking before believing everything you see online. But our parents and grandparents are not quite as savvy as you are when it comes to the internet. So it's up to you to gently remind them that mis and disinformation is everywhere online. And for teachers and parents already using Newshounds, Squiz Kids' very own media literacy classroom resource, stay tuned over the next couple of weeks for some news about changes to the way the program is going to be delivered. And if you're not yet a subscriber to my free newsletter, now would be a good time to sign up. Just head to the homepage of squizkids.com.au.
Time for the quiz.
This is the part of the podcast where you get to test how well you've been listening. Question number 1. Name the AFL team caught up in a Facebook fake. Did you say the Melbourne Demons? Well done to you. Question number 2. How many hundredths of a second separated Australia's Lachie Kennedy from Ghana's Esemi Emmanuel in the Commonwealth Games men's 100 metres final? Oh, you definitely had your listening ears on if you said 200ths of a second. Question number 3. What insects are being shipped across the country to pollinate fruit trees in South Australia? Yes, of course, they're bees.
shout-outs.
It's Thursday, July 30. Look up tonight to catch the July full moon, also known as the buck moon, because in North America, where it's summer, this is the time of year that young male deer, or bucks, grow their antlers. Today is also a special day for these Squiz Kids celebrating a birthday today. Fletcher from Rosewood, Norby from Yass, Lexi from Gladstone, Zach from Kensington, Libby from Warnervale, and John from Gowanbray. And classroom shout-outs today go to Class 2M with Mrs Miller at Holy Cross Primary School in Glendale, Class 3 Watergo with Mr Locke at St Finbarr's Catholic School in Byron Bay, and Class 2M with Ms Murphy at Winona School in North Sydney. Don't forget, if you've got a birthday coming up and you'd like a shout-out, or if you're after a classroom shout-out, drop us a line at squizkids@thesquiz.com.au or fill out the form on our website. Well, that's all we have time for. Thanks for listening to Squiz Kids today. We'll be back again tomorrow with the Kids vs Adults Weekly News Quiz. Your chance to prove who's smarter, kids or adults. I think we all know the answer to that. In the meantime, get out there and have a most excellent day. Over and out.